How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Sick Eric Tech, and today we have an exclusive little unboxing of a fantastic upcoming phone. So here we go with the Moto X70 Air, aka the Motorola Edge 70, and also going to be known as probably the Moto Edge 2026. Now, this is a Chinese version of this, but this is a fantastic buy. I was able to get this for pretty cheap, cheaper than the actual Moto Edge 70, and it just got here today, and I'm so excited. This is one of Motorola's thinnest devices that they have made. Here we go for the Moto X70 Air, which is pretty much going to be the Motorola Edge 70. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what comes in the box. Now, this is a Chinese variant, which means I'm going to have to install Google Play, which pretty much won't be too much of a deal. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So here we go for the unboxing. Legit box for this. Of course, we get a little sleeve on there. This is going to be the Pantone color, lily pad color. So that is fantastic. It also comes in a gadget gray and a bronze green. So going over some of the quick specs of this. So a nice slim device coming at 6.30 inches tall, 2.91 inches wide, and only 0.24 inches thin, which is just under 6 millimeters thin. So it's definitely one of those lightweight, thin devices, weighing about 5.61 ounces, which is crazy. You get a nice POLED 6.7 inch display on here with 1 billion colors, supports 120 hertz with PWM dimming and HDR10 plus with a peak brightness of 4500 nits. So that is also fantastic. The resolution is 1220 by 2712 with 446 pixels per inch, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. So not the greatest when it comes down to Gorilla Glass, but it is what it is. You get Android 16 with 4 major Android updates, which is fantastic and pretty good for Motorola. You're running a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 processor on here, Adreno 722 GPU. This particular model is going to be the 256 with 12 gigabytes of RAM, UFS 3.1 storage on here. So let's go ahead and crack it open. So some nice packaging on here. You do get a little sleeve on here. So this is pretty legit little photo on there, which is actually pretty cool. And then underneath the box, you get another box. So let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in here. This should be your paperwork and a nice clear case. So you do get all your paperwork. Again, this is in Chinese, but the ROM loaded on here is going to have English as well. Moto X70 Air. You get your SIM ejection tool on here, and I think the only difference between this and the actual version is the international version is this does not support eSIM. I could be wrong, but it does support nano SIM. You get your booklets and stuff, and then going on over here, you get your clear hard case, which is quite nice. I think the Motorola Edge does come with a magnetic option for that case, but it is what it is, and it is clear. It does have sort of a rainbowy effect on there, which hopefully doesn't look too bad, but it is a hard plastic case, which is pretty much better than nothing when it comes down to that. You're protected right out of the box. And then going on over to the device itself, we're going to set that aside. Now, unfortunately, you do get a charger in the box on this one. Nice. The Motorola Edge 70 does not come with a charger. This comes with a 68 watt charger in the box. I'm so excited about that. And then you also do get your USB type C to C charging cable in the box as well. So very, very nice for that. I was not expecting a charger in the box, considering that all the Motorola Edge 70s did not come with chargers. Thank you, Motorola. That is actually pretty darn cool. So let's go ahead and put all of this junk aside and set the box off right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual device. It feels so lightweight in the hand. You do get a pull tab. do it the right way on here. And oh my gosh, look at this beautiful, beautiful phone. Let's go and take this sticker off. Oh my lord, this thing feels absolutely gorgeous. There is a pre-installed screen protector on here. Very, very nice. I was not expecting that as well. This thing looks beautiful. And of course, you get your Pantone branding down here. Color is going to be the lily pad color. I love the accent colors around the camera rings and that little smart button the Motorola is installing on their devices now. This looks awesome. It's sort of like a bronzy orangey color. And this looks really, really cool. I think the Gadget Gray has blue around the rings. Taking a look at the side profile, look at how thin this beauty is. It feels fantastic. Look at that. Very, very nice and thin. You get your power button and your volume rocker are going to be in one piece. You got a microphone over here. Going on over to the bottom, you get your SIM tray. You get another microphone. You get your USB Type-C and your speaker. Going on over to this side, all you do is get your little smart button. Up top, you get some Dolby Atmos branding. So very, 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 very nice. Love this device. And the back is sort of made like out of a nylon. So it's not that rubbery faux leather effect. This is a nylon effect on the back. And then, of course, you get your two-tone with the camera bump being that brushed metal with the nylon on the back plates. And of course, you do get aluminum sides. Your cameras are only going to be a 2-camera setup, even though it looks like there's 3. Kind of bummed out about that. I kind of wish they included a telephoto. But you do get a main sensor of 50 megapixels with an aperture of f1.8. And it does support PDAF autofocus and optical image stabilization. You also do get your secondary ultra-wide 50 megapixel with an aperture of f2.0, 120 degree field of view for that ultra-wide. And it does also support autofocus. Your front-facing camera is going to be a 50 megapixel as well with an aperture of f2.0, supports HDR, and you can record 4K 30 frames per second on the front and up to 4K 60 on the back camera. So that is nice news to see. So it is booting up, and this is supposed to have a ROM already on here, but I probably will do a wipe on this just to be safe. And it is set up already to English. This is a very nice display. Check out those bezels. Now the bottom bezel is a little bit bigger, but I think they are pretty symmetrical when it comes down to that. Very, very nice feeling device. So here we go. We got the Motorola Edge 70 compared to the Motorola Edge 2024 edition. And there you go for thickness on that, as you can see right there. So nice comparison. No more edge or no more curved displays on the edge. It's going to be a flat display. So there you go for that. Let's go ahead and compare it to the Moto G Stylus 2025. And almost the same size. G Stylus is just a little bit bigger. And thickness, of course, the G Stylus is way thicker than the Motorola X70 Air. And then finally, let's compare it to the Moto G Power 2025, which is definitely a lot bigger than the Moto X70 Air, aka the Moto Edge 70, and a lot thicker than it as well. So yeah, very excited to test this out. I cannot wait to get this thing going and to do some videos on it. You got Bluetooth 5.4 on here, Wi-Fi 6E, and like I said, it does have stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos. The under display fingerprint sensor is going to be an optical fingerprint sensor. And then you also do get a 4800 silicon carbon battery on here. So despite being so thin, you do get a pretty large battery, almost 5,000 milliamps. So I'm excited to see how battery life is on this device. And this thing just looks and feels absolutely incredible. You get 68-watt wire charging with the charger in the box and 15-watt wireless charging. So that is also fantastic to see. And this is, like I said, the lily pad color with the Pantone branding down there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing of the Moto X70 Air slash the Moto Edge 70, aka the Moto Edge 2026. If you guys did, give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and I'll see you next time here on the channel. Peace.